Hey everybody, welcome back to day 15 of the March Mood Mindfulness Challenge. We're in week 3. I can't believe it. I'm so excited that we're here. So I'll just recap quickly what we've been doing. We've been looking at mindfulness, being present to our emotions, being present in the moment so that we can be ourselves, that we're not impacted by the outside world, all the things that are happening. And in fact, we are in control of our emotions, we're in control of ourselves, and ultimately in control of our decisions, where we go, what we do, and how we impact the world. So in week 1, we looked at how the outside world impacted us. We looked at nature and how when we're feeling upset, like impacted by something, someone stressful moment, we can go outside in the world and see how the world can support us to let go of our emotions and return to center and be aware of how we're being. In week 2, we brought it in a little bit closer to home, and so we looked at what the faculties within us that are able to support us. So whereas in week 1 we're looking at how the environment affects us, in week 2 we looked at how our vision supports us, how our sense of smell supports us, how our hearing, our feeling, and how we can be present to our bodies, our physical bodies, so that it can help us come back to center, so that we can gain from the outside world and change our inner state through us. We have control of our body. Everything that we need is within us, our physical body. So in week 3 now, we're going to go even bigger. So we went from nature and the world, then we went to our actual physical body, our eyes, our ears, our nose, so our physical body. Now in week 3, we're going into the mind. We're going to have a look at mindset and how mindset is really, really important, and how what we see, everything that's presented to us from the world, everything that we see and sense using our touches and everything we see using our senses, what we touch, see, hear, feel, taste, is now interpreted in our mind. So I asked a question today, and the prompt was, name one thing you need and one thing you want. And today's session is basically going to be talking about needs versus wants. Because at the end of the day, we're always making decisions. We're always doing something or believing something. We're making a decision about something, and we make those decisions either consciously or unconsciously. And we make our decisions based on either what we need or what we want. Now, the fact of the matter is, we don't always get what we want, but we sure do get what we need. So when we're consciously aware of what we need and we get it, we have that feeling of satisfaction. But if we're unconsciously making decisions based on what we want and don't get it, we get this feeling of non-satisfaction or non-fulfillment because we didn't get what we wanted. However, we got what we needed. So let me just explain this a little bit more. We're going to break it down for you so you know exactly what we're talking about. The fact of the matter is that there's a pattern in our mind, and we're always achieving what we need. We could say that we need a million things, but the fact of the matter is we only need 6 things. Every human being in every single country on this world only needs 6 things. Now there could be many different varieties of these things, but they all boil down to this 6 categories. And once I explain it to you, you're not going to see things the same ever again. So we're doing a little bit of psychology here, and with a little bit of education, you're going to be able to see that what you want and what you need are 2 different things. And when you start going for what you need, you're going to live more in tune with yourself, more in tune with your needs for you specifically, and not in tune with what other people need. What's important is you're living your life based on what you need. So really quickly, what is the difference between a want and a need? All right, so I've got it all written down here. If you want to grab a piece of paper, I want you to do 2 columns, wants, needs. The first thing, what is a need? A need is a basic requirement that must be fulfilled in order to survive. So what is that? We all need to eat. We all need to sleep. We all need to breathe. We all need warmth. We all need a home, a shelter. We all need a job or something that brings us money. These are things that we need. If you go to basic survival mode, which is, where human beings have been in a war situation, people are not looking to find love. People are not looking for education. People need to survive. So the basic thing is your needs to survive. That is a basic need. What a want is a good or perhaps a service which you would like to have, and it's really based in a human desire or wish. So you don't really need it. If you don't have it, you're not going to die. That is a want. A need is, I need this to survive. If I don't get this, I will not survive. So the nature of needs is that they are limited. Once you're able to get your oxygen, you're good. Once you're able to have water, you're good. It's limited. You know what you need, and that's it. The nature of a want is that it is unlimited. I want a phone. I want a smartphone. I want an iPad. I want this computer. No, I want the next computer. No, I want a car. No, I want a better car. And it just keeps going. Okay, it is unlimited. Our wants are fancies. Our fancies. When we look at what other people have, we want that as well. So needs are limited. Wants are unlimited. Next thing is the aspect, right? So needs are based in something that you must have, when we talked about that, whereas wants are something that you wish to have. So something is based in a must have. So when you ask someone, must you have it, or do you just wish that you have it? Oh no, I just wish. Don't really need it. So that's the one thing to clarify. We said that necessity versus desire. So needs are based in necessity. You physically need it. And a want is a desire, a wish. We talked about survival. So a need is required for survival versus a want is non-essential. You can't get by without it. Okay. Now, the need remains constant. You're always going to need water. You're always going to need shelter. You're always going to need a need, versus the want can change. So at some stage, I wanted a car. Now I've decided that no, I'm going to go for a motorcycle instead. At one stage, I decided that I was going to start painting, and after that time, oh no, I just decided that now we're going to start crocheting. That is a want. That's how you decide whether it's a want or a need, is how it changes. Whereas I'm always going to drink water. All my life, I'm going to need water to survive. So if you don't get your need, what happens? If I don't get fire, if I don't get fire, e.g. warmth, or if I don't have a shelter, I will most likely die. If I don't have a smartphone, I will be disappointed, but I'm not going to die. So the needs are, the non-fulfillment of a need is illness. So if I don't eat food, if I don't eat good food, I will get ill. If I don't drink water, I'll be dehydrated and I die. If I can't find security, someone's going to come and get me and my body will be injured and it will lead to my demise. Versus if I don't get what I want, it's just going to be emotionally disappointing at most. So, and a lot of, really interesting here, a lot of emotions come from not getting what we want. Trauma also comes from trying to get your needs met, but also a lot of trauma comes from not getting your wants met and thinking that your wants equal your needs. So I need to have a smartphone. It's not in its place. I want to have a smartphone, and a want is just a desire. Desires change. So if you just get it in your mind straight away and you start categorizing, I need to have sushi, Mom. My kids say that. I need to have sushi. And if you just change that to you wish you could have it, we're not going to get there today. It's not essential. How about I make you a tomato and cheese sandwich instead? You need to eat food. You must have food. That's your need. It doesn't have to be sushi, okay? We need to get a car because a car will take us to our transportation. However, I don't have the money for it. Okay, what do you need? I need to be able to get to my job so I can pay for the bills, which pay for the house and our survival. Okay, great. I don't have the money. What can I get? What's the basic need here? The mode of transportation, I could catch a bus. I need to be able to catch the bus to go to my work, to earn money so I can keep this house. This is how we start training, or perhaps even retraining our minds into a need versus a want, and to put everything in its place so that the emotions that we feel are not misplaced, are not as dramatic as they are. Because if I don't get my brand new iPhone, oh my gosh, I'm so upset, and the emotions start. And how come everybody has one and I don't? I need it. And this is how we start categorizing and making sense of our needs versus our wants. So what I hope to do this whole week, we're going to go into the 6 core needs. Now this comes from Tony Robbins. It's absolutely amazing work. It's actually the first thing we learned in coaching, is to understand what your core needs are, to be able to find what your drivers are. Now we all have this 6 core needs. We all have them. Some people are driven by others. So what somebody else really needs, it's not really that important for you. It's one of the lowest on your list. You're actually driven by something else. And that's why we're all unique. And that's why we all have different paths and different behaviors, because we have a different behavior for each of our needs, to get each of our needs. So I am so looking forward to bringing you this week. We're going to talk about your needs, or we're going to talk about what drives you to get to your needs. We're going to talk about the behaviors you use to get your need. How we behave is sometimes positive, how we behave sometimes negative, and how we behave is just neutral and doesn't use energy. It just comes natural for you, and you get your need it comes easily. You know, sometimes you feel like, oh, this just happens so easily. I didn't have to push so hard. I didn't have to get angry and really put my foot down or shout and scream, whatever. It just kind of came to me. I was positive, or I was just neutral, and it just happened. So we're going to talk about all this amazing stuff. It's the stuff that really lights me up. So I am really looking forward to bringing you this week. So I'll see you in my next video, and don't forget to put all your prompts below. The quote, what did I put for the quote? Sometimes we're so focused on what we want, we miss out on the things we need. And, it's so apt here, right? So when we focus on what we want, we forget that actually we've already got everything we need. So I hope this was helpful, and I can't wait to read your comments below. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'll see you in my next video.